Good morning and welcome to the Red Mic. Happy Wednesday, Hump Day. These Red Mic messages are leadership and life lessons I picked up from 25 years as a public servant, 16 years as a youth football coach and scouting volunteer, and 10 years as a mediocre athlete with far more heart than actual physical ability. Today's Red Mic message: scarcity mindset versus an abundance mindset. Now, what does that mean? Well, in large part, whether it's in the workplace or in your own personal family budgets, there's a couple of mindsets: a scarcity mindset and then an abundance mindset. Now, scarcity mindset is there's only one piece of pie left and I need it. So I'm gonna, there's not enough to go around. If I don't win, then I'm gonna lose. It's almost like you're always feeling competitive and comparing yourself to others. It's the glass half empty, or I'm not really cut out for this, so I'm gonna have to, you know, sharpen my elbows up a little bit and risk some time in the penalty box. It's tending to stick to staying, you know, focused on what you know, and sometimes even giving up too easily if things get tough. It's sometimes avoiding feedback because you don't think you're going to be good enough. You're not going to be measuring up. A scarcity mindset almost certainly is going to lead to burnout. You're always going to feel stressed and worried. You're trying to outdo other people. You're trying to keep up with the Joneses sometimes. It's it's running a race carrying a backpack full of bricks. It's you're weighing yourself down. And because of that, you feel behind, you feel exhausted. Now, on the other side, an abundance mindset is okay, everybody can get some pie. I'm not going to take all of that, but hey, I'll take that much, right? It's believing that there's going to be plenty of opportunities, good things to go around, and if you've got that mindset, you've got the glasses half full. Um, and if I failed, then I didn't learn anything. I didn't grow. So yeah, let's try some new things. Let's don't give up too easily. Hey, give me that feedback, because that's the only way I'm going to learn from my mistakes. Generally, an abundance mindset, you're going to feel happier, you're going to feel more fulfilled, you're going to feel like you're going to succeed regardless of what jumps in your way, right? Now, in a field like sales, because scarcity is often a common, there's only so many people buying widgets, no matter what your widget is. Sometimes that scarcity mindset can lead to fear driven decisions. And fear's not inherently bad. You just need to know how to use it. It can be a protective mechanism, it can alert you to potential risks, threats. But if that fear becomes excessive or slows you down, paralyzes you maybe even, you've got to get out of that and figure out a way to make decisions, even if even if the decisions that you've got in front of you aren't necessarily the greatest options. Again, swallow that liver, right? The abundance mindset, on the other hand, it's going to focus on growth. It's going to focus on opportunity. By believing there's enough success for everyone to go around, you're less likely to feel threatened when that competition jumps up. And you're going to end up with a more balanced approach to what's going on. And that fear might still be there, but it's going to be less likely to dominate your thinking, and you can use it as a tool. Now, that being said, there are times when you've got to use combinations of both that scarcity mindset and the abundance mindset. Um, be a little bit more pragmatic in your approach. Here's a real life situation. In one of my roles, I think I've mentioned this before, on my very first day at the chiropractic board, our finance director resigned. Didn't have anything to do with me, didn't have anything to do with the change in management. She had an opportunity a lot closer to her home, and she was going to be making a little bit more than she was making working downtown in Austin, Texas, at the chiro board. So she, resigned. Well, I very quickly figured out, okay, if I'm going to hire somebody at least as qualified, if not more qualified, I don't have enough money to do that. I mean, small agency, small budget. Um, Article 8 agencies, by and large, Article 8 is Article 8 of the Texas budget, and it's where regulatory entities are. And generally, regulatory entities don't get any general revenue. They they only eat what they kill, so to speak. They they generate their funding through fees. Now, those fees are paid to the general fund, and then the legislature says, okay, you collected X, here's most of that back, and that's what you get to spend. So, Article 8 agencies are always, feeling under the pressure of not having enough money to, go around. Um, they generally have smaller staffs, etc. So, but you still got the work to get done, right? So, I'm sitting there. How do I replace this person? Because I don't have the money to do it. So that was definitely a scarcity driven decision I had to figure out. So I used a little nuance. I got a little pragmatic, and I mixed that scarcity mindset with a little bit of abundance mindset. And I said, okay, she's got all of these jobs. Is there anybody on staff who can do part of these jobs? Well, yes, there is. So let's give them to this person and give them a small promotion and more money. I approached them. They were like, yeah, I can do that. Thank you. I appreciate the opportunity. Went to another person. Said, okay, here's part of these jobs that she was doing. Can you do these? I'll get you some more training, and here's a promotion. Here's more money. Well, thank you. I appreciate the opportunity. And then the jobs that were left, I actually hired a third-party consultant. And it was the right mix. So suddenly I've got 3 people who, on top of their regular duties, ended up doing a little bit extra work. They got promotions. They were happy. The third party contractor was great because we were a new client. And we got all the work done for about half of what the person who was walking out the door was making. And what did I do with that extra money? I had a vacancy for a general counsel, and I needed a good lawyer. So I went out and I hired the best administrative lawyer I knew, and thankfully they were a little underemployed. And we ended up rewriting about 90 something percent of our rules, made them easier to understand, made them more organized, all of that. And I would dare say that now the rules at the Chiro board, take any Joe off the street and they can understand them, and more importantly, they can follow them because they're logical, right? Now, none of that would have happened if I had not taken a little bit of that scarcity mindset, a little bit of that abundance mindset, whirled them together into that same pie, and then took a bite of it. So, what does that mean? If you can balance scarcity with abundance, use the good aspects of both, acknowledge your resource constraints, you're going to positively impact your organization, or if you apply it to your family and your personal budgets. More often than not, that abundance mindset is going to be the better way to go, but don't be afraid to lean into that scarcity mindset a little bit when it's going to end up giving you a better result in the end. So, go find that pie, carve it up however you need to, and have some dessert. And that's today's Red Mike message. I hope you found it helpful. I hope you found it interesting. I hope you'll give me a like, a share, and a follow. Please share these Red Mike messages with your social circles. I'd appreciate it very much. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you so much. I look forward to talking with you again tomorrow. And until then, don't forget, life is short. Drink the bourbon.